Ooh. See how many people show up. Oh, cool. It's got a mask feature now.
Yeah, for Twitch you could.
That's not scary. That's not scary at all. Hi, Virgil. Yeah, go on, buddy. Down the stairs. All right. We have so many clothes. I'm gonna take your laundry baskets, love.
Yeah.
I need more ways to get the laundry downstairs.
Yeah, that was part of what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Phew. No one's shown up yet. We'll see how many people show up because I notified everybody late. That's okay though. That's okay. Oh gosh. Stuffy stick shaky cam. Scary. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh. Ooh. It's shaky. Shaky cam. It's okay. It'll be alright. We'll get it done. Somehow. Oh boy. Hello to the two people here. Sorry for the camera. But I'm an adult with no time in the real world to do chores. Hello, CB. I am, hello, Nana. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, Summer. Hello, bisexual potato. How is everybody? Hi, Dilly. Sorry for the shaky cam today. For those of you with vertigo, I apologize. Hi, Jay. Hey, Em. Yeah, it's Saturday, guys. Happy Saturday. You guys get to join me on my journey to do laundry because I have put off too much this past week because I've been lazy. Oh, Nana, that's awesome. It's cool to post your art on Tumblr. I posted a writing yesterday. It actually has over 100 notes. I'm kind of surprised. Okay. Oh, Jay, your birthday's tomorrow? Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Hi, Emo Nightmare. I'm doing good. Like I was telling everybody, it's kind of a really weird shaky cam today because I have tons of chores to do. So you guys get to join me while I do chores. Oh, CB, I'm actually going to see The Rise of Skywalker. That's why this live is early today. Because normally I start at noon, but I have tickets to go see it at 1:20. So I couldn't do my live stream at noon because I'd have to leave before it would be over. And I wanted to stream for the same amount of time I normally do. So that's why you guys get to watch me do laundry. So I can do that and we can get ready to leave with no problems. I am lucky my brother bought me and CJ tickets. So that is the only reason I am seeing it because right now I am poor AF. I have no money and all I do is work. It sucks. Which is one of the reasons why I want to apologize. I apologize for not having a video out this week. But on top of trying to finally feel better, I'm just really tired, like all the time. And it's really hard for me to want to edit when I get home because I'm just tired. Because I'm on my feet all day long for work. And then I come home and I'm just like, ugh. And yes, Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates Christmas. It is next Wednesday. It's our last live stream before Christmas. So that's exciting. Hope you guys get everything you want for Christmas. Hope you have a good time with all your friends and family and whoever you're going to see. Yeah. I'm happy that everybody seems in a good mood and high spirits today. So that's awesome. And I apologize for the consistently moving camera and probably the inability to hear me. So yeah. I do celebrate Christmas. Actually, my Christmas tree is rotated because of my cats, but I will show you guys my Christmas tree. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it to do it. Yeah, it's the better version of me. There we go. So this is our Christmas tree. This is supposed to be the front, but the cats have like rotated it. And I took off the ornaments because cats kept knocking them off and they kept chewing on the hook and I didn't want them to hurt themselves. But we have two ornaments. We have this rainbow ornament that CJ bought. And we have this Legend of Zelda thing. And it's really cool because he plays music. It's really neat. But that'd probably be copyrighted. But yeah. Oh, and this human one is actually a flag. It's actually a flag. Let's see. So we bought this from, I think Spencer's is the one I bought this, where I bought this from. Spencer's had several of them, but I liked this one because it had pansexual on it, and it also had ace. Both of those are really important to me. I kind of fling in between pan and bi now. It's somewhere in the middle, but I have a shirt that looks just like that, and it says "We are all human" on it. So pretty similar, but just a little different. And then I have an ace flag upstairs that Maxie gave me. She sent it to me because I didn't have an ace flag. So that was really kind of her to send me that. But yeah, so hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. We'll be going over to my mom and dad's house on Christmas. We're also going to my cousin's house on Sunday for Christmas with my mom's side of the family. So that's exciting. Not really expecting too much for Christmas. I'm an adult, so all I really want is like clothes and money. Those are the things I need. I usually buy myself everything else, and I cannot. Okay. Okay. See this Tide thing? It's fighting me. I'm trying to open it, and I can't. There we go. That's why I don't put the lid back on it. I just throw the lid away. It's just stupid. So. Oh. Hi, Dot. Come here. Come here. Come here. Look who came to visit, guys. It's Dot. Hi. What's the matter? What's the matter? She's being loud today. I don't know what her problem is. Oh, there's somebody else here too. It's Virgil. Hi, buddy. What's wrong, baby girl? You want in the room? Do you want in your bedroom? Are you being whiny because I shut my bedroom door? Are you being whiny because of that? Okay, my goodness. All right. All right. We're going upstairs. Yeah, we're going upstairs and we'll let the baby girl in her room. Yeah, I know. You're so complainy. Oh, stop. Stop it. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Stop. See, the door is open. Yeah, you can come in here. It's fine. You're such a whiny baby. What's your problem? You don't know? It sounded like, I don't know. What is your problem, sweetheart? It's okay. Seriously, it's okay. Calm down. Lay down and decompress. You're a little upset. I'm going to shut the door. Man, she is not a happy kitty right now. I don't know what her problem is. I have no idea. Other than she doesn't like being bothered. She's older, so she really doesn't like being bothered by the kittens very much. And the kittens have been crazy today, bouncing off the walls and stuff, so that probably has a lot to do with it. But yeah, so anyway, time to start the laundry. So there's that. Laundry started. Okay. So not sure what to talk about today. I don't really have much going on. I will admit I didn't do a single thing on any of the videos this week, just because I've been busy. But I'm hoping that after work calms down a little bit, that I can do a little bit more. I'm an adult, you know. I don't have much free time, and the free time that I do have, I spend doing laundry and cleaning the dishes and taking care of the kittens. You know, having 3 animals is hard work because, you know, I've got to clean up after them, I got to vacuum, I got to do their litter box and all that fun stuff. So it's tiring work. But I'm just tired all the time, you know. I'm just tired all the time. I want to do so much more than what I actually have the energy or the capacity to do. I'm sorry for the disaster area of a house that you see in the background. Like I said, I'm tired. But yeah, so this is going back upstairs because this is empty. Callie's in here playing with a toy. What are you doing, Callie girl? You got a toy? Oh, you got your ball. You got the ball with the marble in it, huh? Here. Let's see. Let's look at Callie. Callie's got a ball. She's playing with it. She was kicking it around. It was making noise. She's like, yeah, I'm playing with it. She's like, I got a marble toy. Anyway. Also, just so you guys know, if anybody is interested, I am selling some merch. Thomas merch, Tater Slides merch. Not sure if anybody would be interested in that, but I am selling it, and I can show you. Oh, hi Virgil. I didn't realize I locked you in here. My bad. I am selling Logan's second sweater and Patton's second sweater and one of Patton's t-shirts and the Virgil jacket. The custom one, the one that looks like his jacket, but it's not exactly the same. I have 2 of those, so I'm selling one of them. And I'm out of breath because I came up the stairs because I'm fat. Walking up the stairs makes me fat. The sweaters are going to be sold for $65 and then plus shipping. The Virgil jacket's going to be $50 plus shipping, and the t-shirts, I haven't decided because I have worn it a lot, but the pattern still looks really good on it. The sweaters are $65 because I haven't really worn them. I bought them and I put them in my closet. I've worn them maybe once. So I'm not selling them for full price, but I would like at least a little bit of my money back on the investment of it. And I thought about selling some more stuff, but I'm not positive yet. Virgil, why are you being so cute? He's such a dork. Oh, the llama plushie? That's Bo. That's Bo. I named him Bo. And he's actually an alpaca. This is Bo. Yeah, and I'd probably try to get you the best shipping price possible. I work at a hardware store, so I can always find a box that's like perfectly sized to it, so we don't waste any money on shipping. I don't know how much it would be, to be honest with you. Nana, what do you mean? You mean like in general on certain things, or you know, like what do you mean? And yeah, I'm back in my room because the... What's up, Virgil? What are you meowing for? Oh, like I'm publishing your work? Like fan art and fan fiction and stuff like that? Well, I'm the worst person to ask on that because I kind of gave up. I guess the thing is giving up is easy, continuing is harder. And giving up doesn't satisfy anybody because no one knows what they're losing because they haven't seen it. Like, think of it this way. Unless you publish your work, no one's going to know what you care about. No one's going to know who you are as a person if you don't publish things you create with your own hands, with your own mind, your own imagination. Um, and it's bigger to think about it in terms of people that you like and the content that you already take into your body and take into your mind and your imagination. Like, think about it with Thomas. Like, if Thomas hadn't posted that one video about his true identity, where would all of us be right now? That video sparked a snowball of effects. And yeah, I didn't really pick big up until Joan got involved in the Valentine's Day episode. But it's still really important to remember that he sparked something back then, all because he thought people might find it entertaining and he thought the idea was interesting. So it's important to remember that one little spark of your imagination can change everything. And if you won't know unless you post it. So it's important because Thomas's specific reasoning for his idea of wanting to get into YouTube because Vine disappeared, that also affects it too. What if Vine had never stopped? Would we have the Sandra sides? Probably not, because Thomas only started posting the true identity stuff because of the fact that Vine shut down. Sorry, he was getting into something. So it's really important to remember that everything can change in an instant. And no matter what you think your work is worth, you're not completely right because you've seen it since the beginning. And it's not the same as somebody coming across it immediately, like without any kind of previous attention to the work that was done behind it. Like, a lot of people probably were introduced to Markiplier through his heist videos because it was a YouTube original and because it was like a point and click thing and it was shared everywhere. I guarantee there were a lot of people who had never heard of him that watched these videos and now they're a fan of his. All because of the catalyst of that video where they have no idea what's going on. They don't know who Mark is. They don't know that there's lore in there for previous characters that have existed. But he wrote what he wanted to because he wanted to do it. And it's gotten him a lot more fans, a lot more subs. And that's what it's all about. It's all about doing what you want to do and the fans will find you. And trust me, if anybody understands how difficult that is, it's me. Because I have a hard time not wanting to do what everybody else does because I want to fit in. And I did that a lot when I was a kid. I would like things only because I thought it was cool to like that thing. Or I thought it was cool to like the same things as everybody else because then I wasn't alone. I wasn't enjoying things by myself with no one to talk to about it. So I would watch TV shows I wasn't really into just because it gave me a way to talk to somebody else and be in the end zone, like knowing more about the situation. And once you start to create something and people can see how much time and passion and care goes into what you create, people will genuinely find you on their own. And it's not an instantaneous thing, especially in this day and age. We live in a society where everybody wants instant gratification. The second you post a fan art or the second you post a fanfic or a video, you're constantly thinking, where are the views? Where are the reblogs? Where are the likes? Where are the comments? Where is anything? I put 2 weeks of work into this thing I made. Where are my results? Because we're so innately used to the idea of something happening instantly. We can open our phones and instantly call somebody from anywhere in the world to anywhere else in the world. We can instantly open our phones and talk to someone halfway across the world instantaneously. We can turn on our TVs and turn on our gaming systems and watch a show instantaneously. this idea of instant gratification has ruined the way that we enjoy things anymore. Because if we don't get instantaneous feedback on it, we think it's shit. We think it's terrible. And that's not true. Over time, you will have more people find your work if you continue to put your love and heart and soul into it. And you create for yourself. And I'm the pot calling the kettle black because I hate creating stuff for myself. I love sharing things with other people. I want people to enjoy what I make. But sometimes I forget to slow down and create things that I enjoy. Things that mean something to me. Because if I actually genuinely show my true happiness on things that make me happy, the more likely I am to find other people who also find that thing very fun and happy. And I would say at the beginning of my YouTube, I don't want to say career because I don't work for YouTube, but at the beginning of the time I started making my react videos, I had been posting Love Live content because that content made me happy. But over time, I was spending way too much money to play a game that it was the kind of thing that you feel when you're really hungry and you eat and you eat and you eat because it tastes so good, and then you have that full-on regret after the fact because you're just like, oh my God, I am sick. But it's just like, that's the same kind of concept with doing something that you don't want to do, or doing something you enjoy and then you needing to realize it's not for you. Virgil's playing with the curtain. That's why you can see me outside. It's not a toy, Virgil. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the grand scheme of it. The only way, and yeah, like I hope, and I'm glad this does help you, Emo. Like I hope this helps a lot of you. And I know there's not very many people here, but it's important to recognize that unless we create for ourselves and create what we want to see in the world, we're never actually going to be happy. You're going to be fake. And just always remember that what you create, you will eventually enjoy. And you'll find people who will enjoy it with you. Oh, Callie's here, so Virgil's playing with her at the door. But yeah, like eventually you'll find your audience. It's not instantaneous. It may take a week. It may take a month. It may take a year to get established people into what you're doing. But as long as you consistently keep up with it, it'll work out, you know? Virgil, honey, you're going to knock that poster onto your face. Here. Get your paws out. Go. And then you're welcome. And that's something that I've wanted to talk about before. Just the idea of understanding that, you know, we can't always expect things to happen instantaneously. That's not how it works. And it's not fair to assume that it's going to work that fast just because it might for somebody else. Everybody's journey is different. And it's not fair to yourself to assume that you're going to have a spark at the same time as somebody else. Because while you may wait a week or a month for your spark, some people will wait, you know, years before it actually gets any kind of, you know, traction. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you guys are like appreciating this, because this is something I've actually wanted to talk about for a while. And you guys are the best. I love you guys, and I'm glad that this helps you a little bit. I'm glad that I'm good with my words, because I usually tend to overspeak. But I guess the best analogy I've ever seen was I think a teacher made this. I saw it on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure a teacher originally wrote this. But it says that like being a person is like it's kind of like when you teach someone something, it's kind of like popcorn kernels, where not, you know, like when you put popcorn kernels in a pot and you turn the heat on, they don't all pop at the same time. It takes time. Every kernel is different. Sometimes you'll have kernels pop at the very beginning as soon as it gets hot enough, and some have to wait a little bit longer before they pop, but eventually they do. And the idea is that you apply that to human beings to where not everybody is going to be the best at the very beginning. Wait for your chance to pop because your time to pop is coming. So and this even remotely inspires you to keep creating. That makes me happy. That's exactly what I want. It's hard to create and not get feedback. It's difficult. And these live streams, sometimes I wondered if it was worth continuing to do these live streams, because I started doing this in September, where I said I was going to live stream every Saturday, just to talk about the Sandersides. It kind of turned into more of me just talking to you guys and, getting to know you guys and you guys getting to know me and, my family. And it's fun. I enjoy doing this. And it's fun to watch you guys grow and you guys tell me what you're doing with your lives and I tell you what I'm doing with mine, and it's just fun to sit down and chat with you guys. And I said I was going to do it till the end of the year, which means we only have one weekend left. We only have one Saturday left. And so will I continue this into 2020? I might. It all depends on, a lot of things, because 2020 is going to be one of the bigger years of my life, because in 2020 I'll be turning 30 years old, and 30 is it's something. I feel like I'm old, like I'm old enough to be, I'm old enough to be some people's parent, at this age. And, I'm old enough to, I'm an adult now in comparison to like consistently always feeling like a teenager. I haven't changed much since I was in high school in terms of my looks. I've gained a little weight, but it's just kind of, I want to keep doing this because I think it's fun to introduce you guys to my life and to talk about things that I wouldn't really have a chance to talk about anywhere else. And there are some things that I want to make my videos a place you can come and kind of seclude yourself from the real world a little bit, because like the real world can get really stressful. It can be very hectic when you talk about school, about work, about politics, about, the status of anything. And it's just kind of, it's frustrating sometimes, you want a place to get away. Someone said something and I didn't see it. I'm using my phone, so the comments disappear. Oh, well, thank you, Em. I'm glad you think I'm beautiful, because I don't always feel that way. And then this flushed camera isn't helping. And see what you said, like your stepdad says you don't know anything until you're 40. I've heard that my whole life. Like when I was 16, they were said, oh, you don't know anything until you're 21. And then when I was 21, oh, you know anything until you're 25. And then I turned 25 and they're like, oh, you don't know anything until you're 30. And then you turn 30 and like, oh, you don't know anything until you're 45. And it's like, I'm an adult now. You don't have to keep telling me that, oh, it's worse at this age. Oh, it's worse at this age. There's no limit to when things can get bad. Thank you guys. You guys are very sweet. I appreciate it. I've been trying to lose weight and it's not really working because I like food. But maybe eventually I'll get rid of this double chin I have on my face and my jelly rolls and getting exhausted just walking up and down stairs. And Castia, that's really nice. Thank you. But yeah, so I was considering in 2020 to maybe start making vlogs. I know those are boring and a lot of people don't like make a lot of vlogs and stuff, but I thought maybe vlogs over specific situations might help, because I am an adult and because of the Sandersides, I have a younger audience. I could, just talk about things. You guys could, give me suggestions on like situations in life you're not sure about. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of want to do something different. Oh, hey, Jester. How's it going? Welcome to the party. Um, I'm just kind of talking about the future right now. We had a little deep discussion. You'll have to watch it later once the video is posted. Um, oh, Bisexual Potato, that's really sweet of you. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested, I'll make vlogs. Anything to put content on my channel. And vlogs would be a little bit easier because they would like be less editing, I guess. And oh, welcome, Alex. Yeah, sorry, this is a little bit earlier than it normally is. I'm going to see The Rise of Skywalker at 1 o'clock, so I couldn't do it at noon. I had to start it early. I apologize. I'm gonna turn this light on because I really can't. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Now you guys can see my face. Well, vlogs for me aren't as much editing as an actual video is because I can edit vlogs a lot faster. Editing vlogs is similar to editing Love Live videos. It doesn't take me nearly as long. But yeah, so I was thinking about starting that in 2020. What kind of content would you guys like to see from vlogs? Like everyday life, hanging out with the cats. Like I want to do more videos with the kittens. I'm going to do one video talking about their story, and then I want to do like little videos with them. Just different things, playing with them, things like that I think would be fun. Not Dot. It's mostly just going to be the kittens because Dot doesn't really like being around the other animals. Excuse me. I thought about setting up a camera when I'm not here and watch the kittens play with each other when I'm not here. I don't know what they do. Like I would like to do like set up a camera at night and see what they do in the living room at night when me and CJ are asleep because they don't sleep with us. Dot sleeps in my room and Lola, or the dog, she sleeps with CJ in CJ's room. And I thought it would be interesting to see what the kittens do at night. Because they have range of the whole house. They have the upstairs area, which is like just a little walkway, the stairs, and then all of downstairs, living room and the kitchen. So that'd be neat to see what they do at night. But maybe we'll see. I don't know. It would be something I could do. And then I don't know what other vlogs. Oh, hey, Mathis. Oh, it's okay, bud. No worries. No worries. Everybody's got a busy life, It's okay. The live streams are still on my channel, so feel free to, watch them again and comment on it. I do see your comments. I'm sorry I don't respond to comments a lot. I don't know what to say. Anyway. Yeah. So the other 4 posters are on their way, so my wall will be done. I won't have this big gap anymore. They shipped yesterday, and it's the changes video, fitting in, and both parts of moving on. So my poster collection will finally finish 2 walls because it'll be this complete wall and that complete wall over there. I still haven't moved the other poster yet. But yeah, so that'll be done. I'll have to move some other stuff once the next 4 posters come out, but they're not coming out until January, so I probably won't get them until February. So I'll finally be complete up until the next time they get released. And I've also decided that the only thing I will consistently be buying from now on is the posters. Because everything else is just getting a little bit too expensive. Like, I had to return the scarves. I wasn't able to keep those. I needed the money back on my credit card. And I'm probably going to be selling some of the sweaters that I bought. The only reason why I didn't cancel the order in general was because I wanted to get the note, the little holiday card from Thomas. I really wanted that, so that's why I kept my order. So hopefully that comes in really soon. I don't know what perspective is the best. Probably holding it up, but then the the light's on, so you can't see my face. But yeah, I'm considering only keeping Virgil's, Deceits, and Remus's. So I'm probably going to be selling the other 3, more than likely. We'll find out. I don't know yet. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now in terms of everything. I have a lot of anime merch that's not selling, and I don't know what to do. I sold merch back in the summertime. I sold a lot of anime stuff, like a lot of my stuff. I sold a lot. I sold like over $800 worth of stuff. And I tried to do it again with the stuff I have left over, but it's just not selling, and I don't know what to do. I'm thinking about maybe using an eBay account or something, because I really need to sell this stuff. I have boxes in the living room just full of stuff that I want to get rid of, that I want to sell, but I also don't want to sell it for less than it's worth. I don't want to just give it away, but I really need the money because bills are catching up to me, and you know, I only get 1 paycheck a month to get gas in my car and get food for the cats, and food for myself, and anything else I might need in that time of the month. You know, just groceries in general, and it's really difficult. The other 3 paychecks in the month, all of those go to bills, every single one of them. So it's been hard to save. It's been hard to, you know, keep up with everything. And yeah, Castia, that's where I've been trying, is Facebook. I have 3 posts on the marketplace, and I'm a part of several anime groups, and I have the posts there, but no one's biting, and I don't know if it's my prices or what it is. Like, I don't know what the problem is. I even put on there I do free shipping through January 31st, but no one's biting. So I don't know what to do with it. My CJ's mom suggested that I put it on eBay, but I'm nervous about using eBay. I don't know. I'm not sure about eBay. Because I know they take a cut of what you make, and you have to ship it out within a certain time. And what if I can't find a box? What if the shipping costs more than what the person paid for it? You know, I'm going to lose money there too. And it's just, I don't know. And I don't use Facebook that much either, but Facebook was what brought me my first real big success on the anime merch. Bye, Alex. See you later. And Emo, I'm just talking about selling stuff, and that's not Funtime Freddy. That's Helpy. That's Helpy up there. That's not Funtime Freddy. He's the little mascot of oh my god, Pizzeria Simulator. Anyway, but thank you guys. I appreciate it. Sorry I'm venting. I'm just kind of frustrated because I really don't know what to do, and I'm afraid using eBay might backfire on me because I can't ship immediately. But yeah, I have so much stuff I need to sell. And it's, yeah, we can talk about something else. And you were obsessed with FNAF. See, here's the thing. I've never played a FNAF game. Never played a FNAF game, but I got into Markiplier when I was always a fan of his videos. I'd watched a lot. See you, Nana. I'll see you next time. See you next Saturday. Have a good week, and Merry Christmas if you celebrate. I watched a lot of Mark's videos, but I didn't really get into him until he started playing FNAF. And it was really an interesting experience because I didn't like horror games at the time. Let's see, FNAF came out in 2015, so that was 4 years ago. So, you know, I was, 25? And I never really liked horror stuff. Like, even growing up, I didn't. So it was an interesting perspective to watch him play that. I hated the jump scares. I'm numb to it now, but I hated it at the time. but I loved watching Mark play the game, and that's how I became such a big fan of him, was through FNAF. But and so, you know, I started watching, like, FNAF introduced me to a lot of the YouTubers that I watch. Like, it introduced me to Mark, it introduced me to Jack, even though Jack didn't play very much of it. It introduced me to Game Theory. So yeah, like, FNAF is a big game in terms of like what I started to watch. And you know, it introduced me to Dawko, because of Dawko beating 50/20 mode on Ultimate Custom Night. And it also introduced me to 8-Bit Ryan. CJ did too with 8-Bit Ryan. CJ's been watching him for a long time. But, you know, there are a lot of things that I can thank FNAF for like being able to enjoy now. Because of the popularity of that game and like how many people played it and things like that. The only FNAF game I've ever actually played is Special Delivery, the phone app game that just came out, the AR game. I haven't played it very much, but that's, I mean, technically that's the only FNAF game ever. Okay, that's a lie. Technically, I did play Five Nights at Freddy's 1 until the third night I died. I played it on my brother's computer, Dylan. He brought me into the kitchen one day back when I lived at home, and he had it pulled on his game because my computer can't run any games at all. Even on the lowest res, everything, my computer sucks. And he actually had me play it with headphones on. This shit's spooky. Like, and thing is this wasn't even that long ago that he let me play it. This was like maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. But like, it was different actually being the one in control and not watching someone else play it. It's such a different experience. And the game is scary. Like, it genuinely is scary. And I thought about playing, because you can get it on PS4, I thought about playing the non-VR version of Help Wanted. But I'd have to get it on my PS4, and I don't know how good I would be at those games either. But I thought about it. I can't do VR. My eyesight just doesn't let me do VR. Even with the head, I just get such a migraine from it. I can't do it, which sucks because like I'm stuck out of all this new technology because I can't handle VR. But anyway, so let's see, what else can we talk about? I don't know. That's over here. She's right there. She's looking at me. See, are you calm now? Are you calm, baby girl, now? You're a dritty. I know. You're a good girl. You just pretend that you're not. She's also old, so that doesn't help her situation very much. Let's see, she's a good baby. She's a good doggy do. Alright. Oh boy, lost 4 viewers. Okay, bye. I know I'm boring, sorry. That's a lot. That's like almost 40%. I'm gonna be more. This is a cool perspective because you can see my posters. It's a neat perspective. See, that gap won't be there anymore. That'll scoot that way. And then I'll get the other poster that's on the floor up there, which is I Am Original. And then that spot will be filled with 3 more posters. Fitting in, moving on part 1, and moving on part 2. And I'll have a whole wall. Hooray! Hooray! It's exciting times in the house. But, yeah. I don't know what to talk about. I'm out of things to talk about, sorry. My room's a disaster. Yeah, I need to clean it. Also, I have like 3 piles worth of laundry I need to put away too. But I'm going to be selling some of my Thomas merch. You can keep an eye on my Tumblr if you're interested in buying any of it. My Tumblr is vigilantvirgil.tumblr.com. You can keep an eye out there. I don't know how much I'm going to be selling. I have quite a bit that I want to get rid of, but we'll find out. I don't know. Just because I need some money to pay bills. That's what I need it for. I need to pay down my credit card because it's way too high. I don't know what else to do other than sell stuff that I have because I can't make any extra money. But there's still 10 of you here. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? I know I'm boring. I apologize. I'm not a very interesting person. That's the other problem I have. Because I want to make content, but I'm not a very interesting person. So I don't really have anything to talk about. Got curled up and went back to sleep. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Let me see here. Hang on. So my thing was not showing me your comments. Okay, hang on. Wow, I missed a lot. I apologize. Hang on a second, guys. My phone just stopped showing me your comments. I thought nobody was saying anything. Hang on. My Facebook is actually not my name on YouTube because Riley is what you guys call me and my chosen name. It's not my given name. My given name I can give you guys if you want to check out my stuff on Facebook. Or you can just message me on my Tumblr. Let's see. Jester asked which FNAF game is my favorite. Probably Pizzeria Simulator or Sister Location. Probably. I'm gonna say either one. Oh, my Twitter is at Riley Logan YT. That's my Twitter handle. Yeah, Virgil's birthday was on the 19th. I took pictures in merch with his. Let's see. Castia, unfortunately, I don't really read any books. My inattentiveness makes me not able to really read much, which really sucks. Like, I get a headache real fast if I try to read. I don't even get to read fan fiction that much either. It's really unfortunately. Oh, well, you guys are really nice saying I'm not boring. Yeah, Riley is not my actual name. No. If you watch a lot of my old reacts, I say my real name. My real name is Amanda. My real name is Amanda. It's in a lot of my old videos. It's what I go by from my family and my friends and my job. The only person in real life that calls me Riley is CJ. Riley is a chosen name. I never really liked Amanda because it was really feminine, and I never really liked the idea of being super feminine. Amanda's also really common, which is another reason I didn't really like it that much. I liked Riley because it felt really ambiguous. It could be either one. And I really liked that a lot about the name Riley. So that's why I changed it. And then Logan, well, was kind of inspired by the Sanders sides. It really wasn't. I've always liked the name Logan, even since when I was a kid. When I would write down like future baby names or whatever, like when I thought I was going to have kids, when I was a kid, Logan was always one of the male names I chose. Just because I like it. I just like the name Logan. So that's why I used it. I've considered changing my YouTube name again to just something with like just Riley in it. Because I really don't, the Logan part was kind of filler. It wasn't really like meant to be a part of like the brand that I create or whatever. So I don't know, maybe. But yeah. If you guys want to message me on Tumblr or on Twitter, if you're interested in what I'm selling, go ahead. That'd be the best way to get in contact with me. But yeah. Oh, hi Sydney. Well, I'm glad you're getting to spend time with your family. That's nice. But yeah, so like, to be honest, like, Riley isn't my real name, but it's the name I would like to go by. I'm hoping when I move to Pennsylvania and I get a job, I'm able to go by Riley at my job. We'll see. I don't know if they'll let me do that or not. Sounds good, Sydney. Thank you. Hope you have fun with your family. we'll see how that happens. And Emily, that's nice, you know. That's the important thing. As long as you really like your name, I don't really think it matters because names shouldn't have genders, even though they do. Names shouldn't. And thank you, Minty Cream. I'm glad. I like the name Riley. It was a name. I actually have a second cousin named Riley. Her name is spelled different than how I spelled it, but I really like the name. Castia, legally, I can change my name if I wanted to because I'm an adult. I can do what I want. But for now, while I live in this area and I haven't told my parents, I'm not going to do anything about it right now. That's why I kind of want to do that when I move to Pennsylvania. I kind of want to tell my job and coworkers, like, you know, they write down your, like, you know, like your actual name, but then like you can give them like a nickname or a name you'd rather be called. And I've thought about telling them I want to be called Riley. It'll be weird because I've gone by Amanda in like every aspect of my life for like 30 years. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. Like, and to be honest, it's gotten to the point where I don't really care like what you call me. You can call me Riley, you can call me Amanda, I'm gonna answer. It's more along the lines of like the online presence of a nickname. Like Mark, you know, people call him Markiplier or Marky Moo or whatever, but his name is still Mark, you know. And like Jack, you know, he gets called Jack, but his name is Sean, you know. It's kind of the same thing where he'll respond to either one because he's branded himself under Jacksepticeye, even though his name is Sean. So it's kind of like that, where like I want to brand myself and like have a name for the internet, but then I also have like my real name, my legal name. But if people were to call me by my brand name, then that's fine. You know, it doesn't really bother me to be called either name. It doesn't. It's just it doesn't. I don't really mind. You know, it doesn't really bother me. I really need to clean. This is a pile of all my Virgil stuff because I never put it up after wearing it for the pictures on his birthday. But yeah. Yeah, and it's easy to forget that his name's not actually Jack. You know, unless, you know, someone actually, like, it's only if like he's in a video with someone else who knows his real name. You know, that's really the only time that it would be interesting that it's like, oh yeah, his name is Sean, duh. Or like if a game is meta and it reads his name from his computer or something and it says his name in the game. That's happened with him before. So, you know, that's really the only time that I'm like, oh yeah, his name is Sean, duh. I know that. Why do I keep forgetting? It's like, wait, why do I keep forgetting? Yeah. I'm also working on a video idea with my sides. I need a conflict to be able to talk about. And I thought about, like, you guys kind of got a hint to what I was going to make it about. I was going to talk about, I'd love to talk about the idea of being able to post your content when it doesn't get feedback. And that whole idea. Oh, Jester, there are days where like I look at the sides and I'm like, that's Thomas. I can see Thomas in costume there. And then there are other days where I'm like, are we sure that's Thomas in a costume? Like, I don't know why I'm like that. I have no idea. And I keep missing some comments. Oh, you guys want to meet me? That's sweet. Maybe, I don't know. I go to conventions sometimes, but I haven't had the money lately, so I haven't been to any. And I also live in the back middle of nowhere, so that doesn't help either. Oh, Bara, my favorite side is Virgil, and always will be. Virgil will always be my favorite character. He helped me a lot, except my own anxiety, so he'll always be my favorite. Hello, Draco. Oh no, no. I've never been out of the country before. I don't have the money to go out of the country, unfortunately. I'm not. Yeah. I wish. I would love to be able to travel for a living. That'd be a lot of fun. But unfortunately, I am... Huh? Lola's barking at my door. Lola, what do you want? Barf. She's Borf. But, yeah. So, I would love to be able to be a content creator full time. I'd love to make things I want to see in the world, but it's all about that money, man. Can't do anything without it. And it sucks. And I'm not really looking forward to the bill I get in the mail because I'm finally healthy now. You guys may notice I'm not coughing and sneezing anymore. I'm finally over my pneumonia. Took me like 3 weeks to get over it. And I could only imagine, like, if my job was to make videos, what I would have done in that time that I was sick where I couldn't talk. Like, I don't know how I would have done anything. It's just kind of scary to think about, to be honest. And those of you talking about your favorites, my list goes Virgil, Roman, Logan and Deceit, kind of, they're tied for third, and then Remus and Patton. But the only thing I have left is a little bit of sinus drainage, but other than that, like, I'm good. I finally don't feel like I'm gonna die. I don't think there's such a thing as being born in the wrong country. I mean, I know there are a lot of people that when they're born, they feel like they're the wrong person, like, overall. Where, like, it's like a deja vu scenario where they're like, they feel like they've done it before, or they feel like they were born in the wrong time period. Like, they have memories of things that are, like, really old. I know I've heard about that. It's not the same thing as like transgender or anything like that. And it wouldn't be anything related to LGBT. It could just be, it's more of a, like, religious idea, where in the sense of, like, you think you lived a past life, so you feel like you're in the wrong place because maybe a previous version of you didn't live in this area. Like, if you believe the idea of living multiple lives, that would be the only way I could think of that the wrong place would feel weird. That you think that, like, this place is not familiar, or that's kind of how it would be. Yeah, and I mean, you don't necessarily have to feel any specific way about where you were born. Like, I'm not really proud to be an American. Like, I'm not, because America as a country our government at least has done very, very terrible things to other countries. Not just talking about what's happened while I've been alive, but, like, in general, the country is just not a good place. And so I don't tend to want to be patriotic because I'm just like, I don't really like my country. I'm happy for the people who do like the country. I'm happy for those who, feel like they have something to be proud of, because I don't. And I'm not saying that I don't like our military. I'm not saying I don't like the people who do serve the country in terms of trying to do the best things for everybody, who are fighting for equality across the country. I'm not saying I don't like those people. I just don't like the general idea of how Americans are seen anymore. And a lot of it has to do with our current president. And I'm not going to talk about it because I am just not going to talk about it. But it's just kind of frustrating where our government and being an American has become more of an argument about who's right and who's wrong, instead of talking about the problems that we actually have. Instead of putting foot down and doing something about the hunger that goes on in this country and the poverty level and unemployment, and instead of talking about those things, it's Republicans and Democrats fighting each other
over who's right and who's wrong instead of fighting the actual problem that we have. Instead of doing something about the problem, they want to focus on each other, and it shouldn't be about that. They should abolish the party system and just it should be about what the person is going to do for our country rather than voting solely per party. And that's, but that's what this country's become. It's become party over country, and it shouldn't be. Just because you have somebody who is a part of your party, you shouldn't have to automatically agree with them just because they're represented by your party. It definitely shows your true colors when you do that, because it just means you don't think for yourself. You're not willing to read into these people and be like, wow, I am, this X party, but that representative seems really shady. I don't think I like them. Let me look into his opponent, even though they may be of a different party, and see what their policies say. But it can't be like that. Like, it seems like in this country, politicians just blindly follow party instead of following whatever policies that person wants to put into place. And I don't think it should be that way. I think it should be, you vote for the person's, their actual quality as a human being on top of whatever they plan to do for the country. Which is one of the real big reasons I really like Andrew Yang as as one of the Democratic presidential candidates for 2021. I'm just a lot of stuff. The world is going to change in 2020, and whether or not it's better or worse is up in the air. And to be honest, Europe's not much better off after their elections that happened this past month. Like, they're not any better off. And I only identify as Democratic because I agree with more of their problems, more of their the way that they handle things than Republicans. Found some Blistex in the pocket of my Virgo jacket. I have no idea why it's there. But that's a whole other topic, really. I don't really like getting into politics very much because I'm very opinionated. I am what the current government would say, far left radical. So, I don't know. If there's anywhere in the world that I could live that I would feel a little bit better, would probably be Canada, but even then I don't feel like it's that great. And I don't talk about politics a lot because it stresses me out as a gay, non-white person in this country. It's very difficult to ever feel happy about our current state of politics. It's difficult. And sometimes I appear white. And because of that, I've been given a lot of freedoms because I appear white. But I'm half Hispanic, and that Hispanic part of me is important to me. It's important to me because it's a part of who I am. And the other day at work, I had my first run-in with an actual racial comment, and I don't know if I've ever really been racially discriminated against, but long story short, at my job the other day, we had all these appliances, and it kind of created a wall, and it was one of my coworkers, who is an old white man, made the joke that it was Trump's wall, and then he looked at me and he said, "It's good you're on that side." And I was on the opposite side from him. That will probably stick with me for the rest of my life. Because I know he made it, I know he said it as a joke, and I don't think he meant it in the way that it came across. But man, that will stick with me for the rest of my life. Because I have never, ever I've never been said anything like that in my life that I'm aware of. And it's, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, I try to be open with people. Like everybody at work knows I'm gay. They all know that, you know, and it's interesting being gay and being out because you don't have too many people. They don't they don't tend to make jokes anymore around me, at least on that perspective. But I am afraid of still doing things in public because like earlier, me and CJ went out to the grocery store, and as we're sitting there walking and talking, this guy is doing something, and he stares at us, and it was more than just a few seconds. Like he stared at me and CJ walking around, and I know I could feel the blank stare on his face. He was judging us because I'm a woman and CJ appears physically as a woman. And we were shopping and it was just the two of us, you know, and CJ stands pretty close to me while we walk because we're, you know, we're together. And it's the judgmental looks never stop. It's one of the reasons why I don't really touch, you know, CJ while I walk. It's one of the reasons why I don't hold their hand. I don't do really much of anything. I try to keep the nicknames to a minimum when I'm in public with them because I don't want to invite something that could happen because I live in a very, I don't want to say very small town, but it is a small town. And it's not, there are a lot of gay people here, but it's also a very judgmental, heavy Christian church area too. And it scares me. Like I don't know what I can do and what I can't do. And you know, I'm not pushing who I am on anybody. I just want to love the person I love in public without being judged for it. And I don't know if that'll ever happen. I don't know. I hope in the future, someday, it won't matter the person that you love. It won't matter their gender, their outward appearance, their color. It won't matter anything. You'll just be able to love who you want to love because you love that person. And it's just, I just wonder what the world would be like if it was the other way around, if the shoe was on the other foot, you know, on a lot of situations. You know, what if the white man was the one that was always subjected to torture and shit, and being black was the more common? What if, you know, same sex couples, what if that was the norm and liking the opposite sex was taboo? You know, what if, you know, it's a lot of what ifs, you know? Like, would the world be the same, just the opposite? Or would it be a different place? Like, I don't know. It's something I think about a lot, you know, when I'm just sitting down doing nothing. I think about it. And it's heavy subject matter, you know. And I don't know how open the world would be. I don't know how open and how different the world would be if everybody was different. Like, you know, and that's why I don't know how many of you, you know, saw this, but like Hallmark got rid of an ad on their channel, the Hallmark channel. They got rid of an ad because it was a jewelry company and it was an ad about two women getting married and they kissed in the commercial. They got rid of it because of a Christian group or whatever. It ends up not being a group, it ends up being one lady, but you know, it's kind of the idea that, like, you know, there were 3 other commercials with straight couples in it, and all of them kissed, but the one that made them mad was the one where the women kissed, because for some reason 2 women kissing is more sexual than a man and a woman kissing, even though it's the same thing. Still kissing, it's still love, it's not sex. And the thing is like, It's not, and the thing is like the guy that was staring at me and CJ in the grocery store, he was a middle-aged man. He wasn't old. And so it's just, how open, you know, like there are so many people at work who accept me who are older, who accept the fact that I'm with CJ, that I'm gay, that I'm part of the LGBTQ community. And it's frustrating sometimes. But and it's in most of the LGBT people that have experienced some type of oppression, it's almost always from a religious aspect. It's the idea that, you know, and the best advice I can give you, Bara, for your situation is, unfortunately, if she is transphobic and homophobic, you need to not be friends with her. Because she's friends with you now because of this perspective that you've put up in front of her, but she's not friends with you if she doesn't, like, I know you haven't told her, but when you do tell her, I don't know how she'll react to that. And it's possible that you might change her perspective on it, but that's in a perfect world. It's more than likely the fact that she's going to say that you lied to her and that she's mad and she's going to get upset with you. I wish I could tell you that it would be okay, but I think it's better to protect yourself and just not be friends with her, especially if she's outwardly transphobic and homophobic. No, you deserve better. You deserve friends that are not going to care that you're different, that are going to accept you for who you are and how you are and how you were born. It's not worth keeping up this facade just to keep her as a friend when she probably doesn't give a shit about you once she figures out, once you tell her or whatever how you are. You deserve friends that are going to accept you no matter what. That you're going to say, "Oh, I'm trans," or and I'm gay. They're going to be like, "Oh, okay, cool. Let's go get something to eat." They accept you for who you are and they don't make it a big deal. But she's probably going to blow it up into a big deal. She's going to make it all about her and how you betrayed her and her feelings. Why didn't you tell her? Because for some reason, it's all about them. It's not about the person who's actually experiencing the situation firsthand. And that's not fair to you. And I hope and pray that you get the good ending where it isn't like that. But I'm not going to hold my breath, unfortunately, because it doesn't always work out like that. And I'm glad that you do, Bara. I'm glad that you have a group of friends that you can go to that, accept you for who you are and how everything is. In Castia, I'm similar. My mom was very religious growing up. My grandmother passed away before I was able to tell her about CJ. My grandmother died before I met CJ, so I don't know how my grandmother would have reacted, because not only is CJ appear as a woman, but CJ is also black, and my grandmother was born in the 30s, so I don't know how she would have reacted. But I was always afraid. I didn't come out to my parents until I was 27, so it's a different journey for everybody. I've known I was gay since I was like 13 years old, so it varies on everybody. But my parents were very accepting, and I'm very blessed for that. I am incredibly blessed. They don't completely understand, and I don't think they ever will, especially on the asexual side. They can accept the fact that I'm gay, but it's the asexual stuff that they really, at least my dad, doesn't really understand. And no amount of explaining will really make him understand, I guess. But I'm really lucky that my mom is one of those true Christians, which she doesn't understand, but she loves me no matter what, and she will always respect my choices and know that I don't believe, I'm not a believer, but she believes that God made me how I am for a reason, and that's enough. That's all I really need from my mom. She doesn't have to understand, and I don't want to force her to understand, but the fact that she's open to the idea is nice. It's nice. And bisexual, you said you have a question? You can ask me. Because I gotta go here pretty soon, so ask me your questiones. I'm touching this to make sure it's actually doing it. I'm just waiting on these comments, guys. I'm reading them. You guys are doing 1 of 1 and 2 of 1, so I'll make sure I read everything. No, I'm not ready for Christmas because I never have anything to do. I never have anything to really like give for Christmas because I never have any money. I can't buy any gifts. So I'm just kind of like, Merry Christmas. I'm a shitty friend because I can't buy you anything. Well, the best thing to do, bisexual potato, if they know you're bi and they've never really talked about it, then I wouldn't really worry about it. A lot of things that people do in the LGBTQ community that I wish would kind of stop would be that we want to be accepted and be treated the same and equally as everybody else. But then whenever somebody doesn't make a big deal out of our sexual orientation, we still see that as a negative. Like, my parents didn't like, oh my God, we accept you and all these really big things. They were just like, okay. And then they moved on with it because that is my normal. Like, we don't make it a big deal that straight people are straight. It's the norm. It's the, the average. So the fact that they know that you're bi and they don't say anything, that's still a positive. And it is unfortunate that you really don't know the real emotions about it. But if you pressure them and constantly make it always about your sexuality, they might be like, why are you so obsessed with your sexuality? Like, that's not why we love you. We love you for who you are rather than, what makes up who you are. And not that they can't love that stuff about you, but I wouldn't make it a big deal if they're not making a big deal. The only time it would ever really matter would be if they make jokes at your expense that don't really feel like jokes, if they upset you. I think that's really the only time you should probably be a little careful about it. But overall, I don't think there's anything you have to do. I think it's okay. Because there's more to LGBTQIA people than just our sexuality. We don't always have to have that be the only thing about us. And that's one of the reasons, excuse me, why I think our that characters and things in media that are a part of the community don't need to be so outstated. They can just be there and exist in the same way that straight couples and straight things exist. I don't need an award for a character just because they're gay. I just want it to be known that they're gay, and then everything is fine. It doesn't have to be this big explosive idea. It doesn't have to have so much attention drawn to it just because it's gay. Like, a character can be trans, a character can be gay, a character can be anything. It doesn't have to be so hugely important. Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm not it's one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of the end of The Legend of Korra, because instead of letting the series speak for itself, it just decided to throw us Korrasami, and it was frustrating because there was no build up to it. They wanted the tokens for creating 2 bisexual women in a relationship together, but not have to put in the actual work of giving us anything. in the series that made it feel worth it. The comics are doing great. I'm happy for the comics are able to delve into their relationship and get them together as characters more than the series did. But they shouldn't get the reward of creating these two bisexual women whenever they didn't really do anything to build up those characters. Like, I want a love story just like a straight person would get without all the finagling of their whole relationship being about the fact that they're gay. I want the relationship to be about the love they have for each other and the stuff that they go through rather than the fact that, oh, this is so, this is taboo. I shouldn't be with you because we're both girls. It doesn't need to be about that. That's not what it's about. It should be about their love for each other rather than anything else. Yeah, and a lot of people don't respect bisexuality, and it is unfortunate, Catherine. My dad on the asexual thing, he doesn't understand how I don't have a sex drive. It doesn't make sense to him because his entire life, he's always found women attractive and had that part of him, be there. So he doesn't understand how I don't enjoy that. And I've had to explain it through food. I've had to explain it through analogies. And he kind of gets it, but I don't know if he'll ever actually get it all the way. So I can understand that. I don't know what GSA is. Is that a great gay straight alliance, I guess? Is that what that is? I'm not positive. I wasn't out in high school, and I don't think my high school had anything like that, so I don't know. But I want LGBT people to get more. Like, I love the movie Love, Simon. I love that movie because while it is a big deal that Simon is gay, it's more about his story of being accepted from everybody who didn't know he was gay because he's outed. And I think it's important in that movie that he does have an understanding family. But what I want out of gay movies is I want a story that doesn't care about the fact that the character is gay. It's just the character happens to be gay instead of it being a plot device, I guess. It's just something that the character is. Like, the main character is a spy, and they do these spy hunts and stuff, and their family can't know, and they come home one day, and it's the first time you see their family in the whole movie, and the character is a man, the main character is a man, and let's say it's a black man, and he comes home and he kisses his Asian husband. And they have a nice chat, and then he goes back to the spy stuff, and it's never talked about again. Just that comfortable, just that comfortable little way of putting in the fact that he's gay without sitting there and making it a big deal and not making the movie about the fact that he's gay. Because we have plenty of movies about the gay taboo thing. Falling in love with another gender is taboo, and we have to keep it a secret, and keeping a secret that you're trans, or keeping a secret, the struggles of trans people and being transgender, born in the wrong body. Like, those stories happen. But I would like a story that's not necessarily about the fact that someone's gay or about the fact that someone is trans. It's just this character happens to be gay or this character happens to be trans, but it doesn't affect the story. It's not about them. Like, there are more stories about gay and trans people than just their journey in being gay or trans. Like, it's not always about that. And I would just like more movies like that. I guess. It's hard to say. Would your family know if you joined, though, Jester? Do you have to tell them? Like, I'm just saying. And yeah, and Jester, like you said, yeah, that's a great analogy. Like, you don't make it a big deal that a character's eyes are green unless it has something to do with the overall plot, like superpowers or something. But let's just make more movies with characters with green eyes, because a lot of characters don't have green eyes, and then someone might feel represented. It's the same idea of, like, a main character of a movie being, a different race. the race has nothing to do with the character at all. The main character just happens to be black or Asian or, you know, any race, but it doesn't have any kind of idea of what to do with the character's, you know, the reason why the character is chosen. It has nothing to do with that. It's just we get representation just because the character happens to be a different, you know, gender. And I think that's an important type of representation, giving, you know, especially with not only with race but also gender as well. And I don't know. And Jester, like, I thought for a long time that my parents would be upset that I was gay. For a very long time. And I get along with my parents. I do. And I thought for a really long time that I was afraid to tell them that I was gay because I thought they would, I don't know, kick me out. I'd heard so many horror stories and stuff. And I feel like being honest, if you get along with your parents, it's better to be honest. Now, if your parents are constantly ridiculing you and making you feel like a piece of shit and they don't care about your interests, okay, then don't tell them, because that would probably be worse. But if you get along with your parents and you feel like they love you and you have a decent relationship with them, I think it's important to tell them. I almost wish I had told my parents earlier in my life, but I was afraid. But I think if someone had told me, if you have a good relationship with your parents, tell them, I probably would have. So it's, you know, and it's important to tell them how much it means to you and how important it is that you are around people that are like you. Because that's the other big thing, is a lot of straight people don't realize how hard it is to be yourself. And how hard it is to be comfortable around those that are not like you, because they are the norm, so everybody's like them, I guess. Then I would definitely come out to your mom then, Jester, if that's the case. If your dad is anti-LGBT, the only thing I can say is telling him might give him a different perspective on it. It might not. It may backfire. It sometimes when people tend to change their tune when things happen to them. Like there was this, like, this is a terrible explanation or terrible analogy, but it's the only thing I can think of. There was a Republican man who voted supremely against gun advocacy, and then someone in his family was killed by an assault weapon. And another was seriously injured and put into a hospital. And in that moment, because it happened to him, it all of a sudden mattered more. It mattered that there would be gun control. It would matter that assault weapons would be taken away from, you know, people who have criminal backgrounds and criminal histories and stuff. And it's crappy that it took that to make him realize, but some people are just like that. And it's possible that if your father recognizes that one of his own children is a part of this community, it may make him look at it in a different light. It may not, but it may. So if your mom's okay with it, I would say it might be worth it to be honest with him and tell him. You know, but just if you're not in a safe position, if it really makes you worried that he might do something, then obviously don't do it. Your safety is the number one priority in this situation. So don't do anything you don't think is safe. But overall, in my experience, I wish I had said something sooner. That may not work for everybody. But all right, guys, we've had a lot of heavy discussion today. I have to go. It's 12:30, which means it's almost time for me to be getting to the movie theater for my movie. So we can definitely talk more about this stuff at a later date. I do not mind having live streams that are more serious, where we talk about this kind of idea. And you have to remember, a lot of times when your family is dismissive, it's because they don't understand. And using analogies is very important when discussing this kind of thing, because we're raised in a heteronormative world. So gay kids tend to understand what how straights act more than how straights understand gays act, because we don't have that same representation that straights do. So it's a lot of misunderstanding. It's a lot of hearsay, and it's a lot of false things heading around. So I hope a little bit of what I've said has helped you guys today. I love you guys so much. I hope all of you that celebrate have a Merry Christmas, because Christmas is on Wednesday. I'll be hanging out with my friends and family. So I hope that everybody has a great week, and I will see you next Sunday, which will be the 28th. So the last big shebang before the new year. So we're going into 2020, starting a brand new decade. So I hope you guys have a great holiday season. And I love you guys. You can follow me on Tumblr, vigilantvirgil.tumblr.com, or at Twitter, which is at RileyLoganYT. I'd love to chat with you guys anytime. If you guys have any questions, you need help with anything, please do not hesitate to message me. I'm available all the time. If you want, I also have a Discord. If you want to message me, I can give you my Discord. We can chat. I don't mind. But I'll see you guys next Saturday. I love you guys. Bye. We'll end on Dot. Say bye, Dot. She's a thief.